together, there's Steiny and Guru.
Yeah.
On 95.7 The Game.
Well, I didn't see that coming.
I'm out.
I did not see that coming. Of all the things I thought might happen last night, I didn't see the Warriors getting beat in a blowout. Warriors get beat 118-94.
Yikes.
They missed the playoffs, and just not a good night in Sacramento, Goo.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
No, it's not much. I don't have much voice.
There's a lot.
No, I'm just going to start with what I think happened. It was a microcosm of the season. Nobody had that on the Warriors bingo card. And Coach Kerr, Steiny, threw everything and the kitchen sink at that game. I left here. You had me thinking about the Andrew Wiggins and Jonathan Kuminga. Oh, boy. Would they intervene? And they did. We saw them on the court. We saw Moody. We saw a quick hook by TJD. But what hurts, partner, and the pain is the Warriors look like the unathletic team. They looked older. They looked like they didn't have it. And Sacramento looked faster. And, Steiny, I do wonder if this is the end of the run.
Yeah. It might be. I mean, it might be. Obviously, there's questions about Klay Thompson's future. We can get into that.
Boy.
Let me tell you what's going on today, though, because we got a great show if you're a Warrior fan. What's happening today over at the Warriors facility in San Francisco is the old exit interview day, and the players, many of them, are talking today. So here's what's going on. Chris Paul is talking to the media, I think, as we speak. So what we're going to do is at 10:30, we're going to play Chris Paul for you.
Nice.
Who's meeting with the media right now. And then they have a whole schedule of players who are going to talk to the media. Andrew Wiggins is going to talk at noon. We're going to take that live. So you'll hear from Andrew Wiggins at noon today. And then Jonathan Kuminga at 1:20. We'll take Jonathan Kuminga at 1:20. So you're going to hear from Warrior players today. And then I believe Klay Thompson's talking, but it's not till after 2 o'clock. He and Kevon Looney will be talking after 2 o'clock, which means that Willard and Dibbs will have those two guys. But stick around all day today because we're going to have a lot of Warrior players addressing the media. And that's the way it ends. The Warriors end 46-36. They lose in the play-in. And now the Sacramento Kings, Guru, take on the New Orleans Pelicans for the number 8 seed.
Yeah, and I'll apologize to the Sacramento Kings. I thought their heart and soul, Malik Monk, would do them in. The fact that they didn't have his services and Klay Thompson, I hope, Steiny, this is not the last game for you in a Warrior uniform, but how climactic was that? 0 for 10. He didn't make a shot, and his first shot, Steiny, was off balance, and a couple dudes were on him. I didn't like the shot per se. It was the first one, but it was almost a glimpse into what the night had in store. And Steph Curry, 5 points at halftime. And I talked about this Warrior, this run that they were on, the stretches they had, and the ball pressure. Why did the Kings and Keon Ellis, who looked like Gary Payton, taking the ball from Steph Curry, taking it from Andrew Wiggins, they blitz Curry at every turn? Steiny, my question to you is everything that I thought I knew about this Warrior team goes out the window, and I'm telling you and the masses, I'm not okay with them running it back. So I'm looking at this as, no, I mean it.
Well, yesterday you said one game wasn't going to change your opinion of the big picture.
Steiny, everybody but Steph Curry is untouchable. After that, you got whatever. Like this. What was that? They couldn't even get into their sets. They couldn't run their offense. Who saw this coming from the Kings?
I mean, it's a younger team. It's a more athletic team. It's a team whose younger players are maybe a little ahead of the Warriors' younger players. I mean, just, is it fair? No, but would you rather have Keegan Murray or Kuminga?
Keegan Murray.
I shouldn't have picked Kuminga.
But he helped them stay in it.
You know,
youngsters.
we were talking about the Warriors and how they've got 3 or 4 guys now, young players in their rotation. Well, look at the Sacramento Kings. They started Keon Ellis in his second year. They started Keegan Murray, who's 23, and they start De'Aaron Fox, who I think is 24. So they have a young team, and their young players stepped up last night. And the Warriors, I mean, the bottom line is their veteran players did not get it done. Steph didn't get it done. Clay didn't get it done. Draymond didn't get it done. And Wiggins didn't get it done.
You're right.
888-957-9570 is the number. What do you think after that game last night? What do you think after that game last night?
Can I tell you?
I did not expect. They did not go out like champions last night. That's the part that kind of stuck out to me. There wasn't one run in that second half. There wasn't one point. At halftime, you're thinking maybe.
No, you felt good.
You cut it to 1, and then the Kings just pulled away, and there was no resistance from the 4-minute mark or the 4 minutes into the second half to the end of the game. That's the part that I think's got to. That would have bothered me most as a Warrior fan, is there was not one run in that team last night.
No doubt. And Steiny, I'm not saying they did this on purpose, but the Warriors' offense disappointed me most. They were relegated to hero ball. It was, and thank God for Kuminga, thank God for Moody, thank God for Pods, but what happened to the pedigree and the things that I thought they had at their disposal because they were 4-time champs? And I don't know what show or what's going to come out of my mouth in regard to how I'm feeling, because, Steiny, I'm emotional, but I'm thankful too. But last night, the way that game ended, you got blown out by Sacramento in a Game 7 game. Like, I don't know. I really don't. And I'm going to say this, what scares me. And TJD, I love you. I don't know if he's going to be a superstar, Steiny.
Well, he's not.
Okay,
he's not going to be a superstar.
I love Pods. I don't know if he's going to be a superstar, and I'll add Kuminga in that, who needs to work on his ball handling. So now, Steiny, those are the young three. But when you look at the big three or big four with Wiggins, they look lethargic last night. How do you remedy that? That's what I'm like. What do you do with that? And if you're Joe Lacob, holy moly, gamoly, what, Steiny? I am
everything
petrified.
Changed in a day.
No doubt. I'm being real. Okay. I have done a 180.
Well, they went 27 and 12 the second half of the season.
What was the record against good teams? I'm cussing myself out.
So now you want that number. The Warriors against Denver, Minnesota, Oklahoma City, Dallas,
I asked for it.
Phoenix, the Pelicans, and the Clippers. They were 5-21.
So should I really, or should we really be shocked at yesterday? But the Kings aren't that.
I'm surprised at how it ended last night. I'm surprised they got beat by 25. Absolutely. I would have thought that they would have been competitive even in a loss. So, yeah, the game itself was a little bit surprising to me, but the ending wasn't overall a shocker to me. They were looking at an uphill battle. They were looking at winning 2 road games against teams that either were as good as them or better. It's going to be tough to do that. It's just going to be tough to do that. And I also saw last night, the Sacramento Kings, I don't want to say shut down, but the Sacramento Kings defended Steph Curry in a way when he had the ball where he couldn't generate shots. And he only got going when he moved off the ball.
At 5 points at half.
If you want to talk about the bad, I'd worry about this team and their offense thinking you can put the ball in Steph's hands and run the high pick and roll a lot of the time and think that that's going to work. On the other hand, the good news is he still is unbelievably dangerous off the ball and still finds a way to impact the game off the ball. So, the one thought I had last night about Clay, if Clay doesn't come back, is there a way you can get maybe a point guard in here who's 6'5", 6'6", who could guard bigger type players. I mean, and I know this isn't what people want to hear, but could Podziemski be a point guard? I'm not crazy about his overall decision making. I think he's got a long, long way to go, but that's just one of the things that popped into my head last night is that I think you're going to need Steph Curry playing off the ball more in the next 2 years than he's played before. The good news is there's probably nobody better at doing that.
All right, real quick, Steiny, I'm emotional, and I admit it, but it's funny you said Brandon P. What if I told you and you tell me if it's fair? And I don't care if you say it's foul. I thought of one Lonzo LaMelo Ball if he were that guy running the point.
Okay.
You know,
I mean,
but those misses are why you're where you're at now. You know what I mean? And it's bigger than just Wiseman. But man, you had a chance to do something, you know, with a young star or a young budding star, hopefully. And now I just, Steiny, that was disappointing.